All right. And we're in there. Look at this, though. 100% on my fantasy callouts. I mean, I took a minus 12 and smashed. Anthony won by fucking 23. What a beating. KG, I took minus 4. Smashed. Bush Light. Oh, I took him plus 3. Yeah. I took No Trade November plus 3. He only lost by 1. I was about to say, wait a minute. I remember going 100%, but I couldn't remember why. Say hello to Ash, everyone. Say hi. There we go. And then, of course, myself, I was plus 12 for some undeserved reason and absolutely beat the dog piss out of Trey. Ah, I love it. What a great week. Let's repeat, shall we? Now our current matchup, we'll go to week 4. We've got me versus Bush Light. There's your projections. Let's look at this. Let's look at this a little closer. Oh me. So here's our players. Who was it I liked or didn't like? Now, I don't need that. Where are you? Ah, there we are. So in this, it's Bush Light minus 3. I'll take the plus 3 with myself. Naturally. You're going to bet on yourself. But I also just love the matchup. I mean, what was it I noted? Herbert in a non-conference, non-division game, traveling all the way across the country. West versus East. Giants pretty hungry for a win. Enough settled. Let's move on. No. 69ers in South Beach. South Beach minus 5. I mean, yeah. He's still rocking DeAndre Swift and Caleb Williams. But hey. It panned out for you last week, Jacob. So, you know what? If it works, roll with it. But, I mean, yeah. The spread is South Beach favored by 5. I'll happily take the points with the 69ers so Trey can also learn about Caleb Williams. Next, we got Jake versus G Daddy, if you will, or Housen versus Grant. Spread Housen minus 6.5. And as much as I want Jake to get his first win here, there's nothing worse than being 0-3. I just don't see it based on the matchup potential here. Danny Downs versus the Rams, Kamara and Buffalo. Okay. But, yeah, I mean, enough said. Jaylen Warren playing in a questionable game. You know, no one knows what's going to happen in these overseas games. Bucky against Philly. And that O-line for Tampa Bay is wrecked. Half of Tampa Bay is all of wrecked and injured. So no, Mahomes, good ball out, but I don't know. We'll see. Laporta, no, because they're just going to utilize the run game. Yeah. So I will happily take the points with G Daddy. Next up, No Trade November and Tark. Looking at all this, Josh Allen, they are playing in Buffalo. Josh Allen in Buffalo typically doesn't lay off the break, so we've got that going for us. Mike Evans probably not going to play, and as I just mentioned, Tampa Bay is hurt all the way around. Offensive line is practice squad members. Defensive secondary is hurt. I mean, This is not going to be a good game for Tampa Bay. I think Philly's going to win that handily. Ashton Jeanty, this could be his comeback game. Big letdown spot for Chicago. Big back against the wall type moment for New York here. So their defensive line is supposed to be pretty good. I think this is where they make their debut. Malik Neighbors questionable. McMillan questionable. But I mean, I'll take Tark with the minus 2.5 here. As much as I hate laying points sometimes, we're just going to have to... Oh, you okay? Hey. Oh, hang on, man. Here. Oh, he got it. We're good. All right. Yeah, you feel better? All right, KG. All right, this is the marquee matchup of the week. Battle of the two undefeated teams. We got KG and we've got Mom Spaghetti. Let's ride. Let's dive into it. And I mean, both these teams are really good looking. All right, you feel better? You feel better now? You want to watch? Both these teams really good looking. The spread's 6. Okay, I don't like laying 6 usually. I did lay a 12 last week, so there's that. But I just loved it last week. Whereas this week, there's question marks with Nico Collins here. And Chuba Hubbard, Carolina's going to come back to reality this week. I think Bijan has a good week for him. But, again, now Baker's questionable again. Half of Tampa's questionable. So, I'm just going to go with the safe play here and take KG Moneyline. I mean, yeah, there's my picks for the whole squad. Now, let's get into actual gambling picks here. So last week, I lost you guys money if you tailed everyone, and I apologize for that. It is what it is. It's called gambling, not printing money. This week, we're going to print money, though. Don't worry. We had a total of 8 units risked. We lost 4. Almost 5. So be it. The teaser and the anytime touchdown lock, absolute smash, sure. Obviously, we know the D-Gen parlay is going to fail. That's why we call it the D-Gen. It's the far-fetched, outlandish shit that's probably not going to happen. The simple same-game parlay was ruined by a shitty Texans team and Christian Kirk being completely washed. And then, of course, what fucked us here? North Carolina winning 30-0 against any team. Most outlandish shit I've ever seen. And Green Bay losing to the Browns. Wild on a simple money line parlay. But let's get into this week. Okay, hey, what's wrong? It's okay. All right, so for our Thursday, I've got 10 units at risk this week. All right, follow along. And I've divvied this up fairly nicely. Why'd you just headbutt me? Huh? Thursday night, same game parlay. Kenneth Walker, over 12.5 receiving yards. He cooked this secondary for over 52 yards last week. Send it with Walker receiving yards. Torrey Horton, 25 receiving yards. Arizona surrenders a lot of points to wide receiver 2s and 3s. I wanted to include Cooper Kupp in this one, but he had a bad week last week, and people were starting to like this Horton guy. Let's give him a chance. And then, of course, Trey McBride and Kenneth Walker anytime Teddy. 1 second, guys. Oh boy, I was hungry. All right, let's get back to this. So that's our Thursday night same game parlay. I don't see why not. 18-1, throw 1 unit on, win 18 units. Let's start the week strong. Then so we can throw 0.25 units into the D-Gen parlay of the week. Dawson Knox, double titties. They're playing New Orleans. Here you're going to want to utilize the running game. I think sacrifice the tight end play here. And the one who, Dawson Knox hasn't really done anything this year, so why not go with him? And then, Jahmyr Gibbs against Cleveland. Sure, our run defense is good, but that doesn't matter when you're in Detroit. Our defense doesn't travel. So, Jahmyr Gibbs, 3 touchdowns, lock that in. And then we're going to go with the reverse correlation here. DK Metcalf at the 8:30 game on Sunday overseas. We're going to take his yardage over 50. I believe it's 50.5. It might be 48.5. Shit, let's double check that. Yeah, it's 50.5. Okay, I was correct. So 50.5, we're going to take that over. Then we're going to take his under receptions. So reverse correlation, under 5 receptions, but over 50 yards. Let's ride that. Honestly, I'll probably be tying that into a little 2-legger first thing Sunday morning. 0.25 units, 3,250 to 1. So, yeah, that could be huge. The simple same game parlay, the first half under is back for it, and it's when it's in Tampa Bay, but it's Philly. And like I said, I think everybody's heard on Tampa Bay. Philly usually starts slow, so why not take the first half under 21.5 points? There's no way there's 3 touchdowns scored unless it's Saquon Barkley. So we're going to tie in Saquon Barkley touchdown. We're going to tie in Philly minus 2.5 first half spread, because they're at least going to be up by, I'd say, 7 to 10 in the first half. So lock this in. It's plus 537, so 2.5 units to win basically 12.5. Let's ride into that. Moneyline parlay this week. I did use 1+ odds, and that was Vegas. They're basically even money on the money line, and they're playing at home against Chicago. The Vegas crowd's going to be rallied. Chicago coming off a big win against the Cowboys. Need that. Detroit beating my Browns. I'm going to continue throwing my Browns against the parlay in it, because if they keep winning, I'm just going to be even happier. Detroit in Detroit, playing at Cleveland. We don't travel well. Detroit's winning. Atlanta bounce back week after getting demolished by North Carolina, absolutely. And then New England, who plays the Panthers. So, naturally, Panthers letdown spot, Atlanta bounce back spot. Take all these money lines. You're looking, it's a 4-legger, plus 550, 569. Throw 1 unit on it, win 5.5. Give me that. And then, for some different games, our weekly teaser at minus 110, Minnesota plus 3.5, Tennessee plus 13, because they're going to keep it closer than that with, who is Tennessee playing? I forget. The Texans. Texans showed they're clearly not a good team. They're just not. Minnesota, overseas, I mean, they're not a great team either. But this is that travel ball question mark team. We'll take plus 3.5 with Minnesota, because I bet this is a field goal, or this is going to be a field goal game. Let's just tie that in. The Giants plus 12.5 against the Chargers. I remember that one. Chargers, like I mentioned before, non-conference, non-division. They don't care about this game. They're 3-0 in their division, 3-0 in the league. Sure, they're going to want to ride this, but they're not going to want to ride as hard as New York, who's in a back against the wall type spot. I'll take plus 12.5 with New York, and that's rare for me to say. Kansas City plus 8.5 at home against Baltimore. Yes, I almost like them to win outright in this, but I'll just take them by a touchdown, a little bit more than a touchdown. I mean, Baltimore's known to choke some anyways, and then you've got Mahomes' magic right there at the very end. Ugh. Please, I didn't just sound like Chris Collinsworth. I'm going to shut the fuck up about Kansas City now. And then Miami, plus 3.5. Let's go into Monday night, I believe is when they play. Yes, the Jets and the Dolphins. It's September, and it's in Miami. Say less. Give me the Fins up, plus 3.5. It could be a field goal game. They could lose by a field goal, but that's why I like the plus 3.5 on this. Minus 110, 2.5 units, lock it in. And then our anytime tutty lock. Carolina, letdown spot, as I previously mentioned. I went for value here with the anytime touchdown. It's plus 150. Ramondre Stevenson scoring. He's getting over 50-something% of the red zone carries. And, you know, the Patriots aren't that good, but the Panthers are in a letdown spot. The Patriots are going to get in the red zone. They're going to hand the rock to Ramondre Stevenson. He's scoring. Lock that in. You can get that on Caesars or DK for the same value. And then Thursday night football, first tutty. I figured you guys would want to hear this. Let's go with my man Greg Dortch. He's the gadget player of this Cardinals team, and they're going to need it with their main running back being out. And he gets actual rush attempts in the red zone. So why not lock him in with plus 0.25 units? Lock him in for a first tutty. use that on your on FanDuel. It's got him at 30 to 1, and you can use your first tutty. What is that? That giveaway. It's like a $2 million giveaway. If he scores the first or last tutty, you can play him as at any time. I think it's like plus 650 on FanDuel. You play him as at any time, but if he scores the first or last, then you get your chance of bonus bets, $2 million worth. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, 10 units at risk. Let's lock these picks